Welcome to Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's begin with the stories. Indian Space Research Organisation has successfully launched Europe's Prabha 3 satellites into Earth's orbit. This groundbreaking mission is a collaboration between ISRO and European Space Agency. The mission aims to demonstrate advanced formation flying technology with two satellites, the Coronagraph spacecraft and the Occulta spacecraft. Bhutan King Jigme Khaisar Namgyal Wangchuk, who is in New Delhi on a two-day visit, met Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday. Prime Minister took to social media X and said India remains committed to advancing the unique and enduring partnership between India and Bhutan. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called on Bhutan King. Leaders discussed the steady progress that India-Bhutan partnership is making. In Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis took oath as Chief Minister of Maharashtra at Mumbai's historic Azad Maidan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was present on the occasion, congratulated him. Shiv Sena Chief Eknath Shinde along with NCP Chief Ajit Pawar took oath as Deputy Chief Ministers of Maharashtra. India's President Draupadi Murmu attended the 40th convocation ceremony of Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology in Bhubaneswar on Thursday. Addressing the ceremony, President said climate-related issues are affecting agricultural production and agricultural scientists have an important responsibility to deal with all such issues. Kuwait's foreign minister has called India a very important partner and praised Prime Minister Modi, saying that the West Asian nation believes the Indian leader is one of the wisest persons in the world. India's Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal addressed the Prasar Bharati at 100 summit in New Delhi on Thursday. The minister highlighted the importance of MSMEs in supporting large industries and emphasized the government's efforts to simplify processes for MSMEs. At the Prasar Bharati at 100 summit, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said US President-elect Trump had a positive political view of India and that would likely continue in his second term as well. Winter session of Parliament of India entered its 9th day on Thursday. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, replying to a question in the upper house, clarified the stand of government on issues related to Israel and Palestine. External Affairs Minister said Israel has always been India's strong ally against terrorism. The minister also said India gives importance to relations with Palestine and supports its status as a separate nation. Rajya Sabha passed the Indian Aviation Bill 2024. Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu said Udan scheme has been a success story under Prime Minister Modi. India's Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiran Rijiju condemned Congress-led protests by opposition in the parliament. He said in parliamentary democracy it is not right as the opposition is running around the house. India's Railways Minister Ashwani Vaishnav inspects new rail machinery at New Delhi railway station premises on Thursday. India ranked 4th in Stanford's Global Vibrancy Tool 2024, joining leaders like US, China and the UK in shaping the future of technology. Cardinal-elect George Kovakad, who had been coordinating Pope Francis's foreign trip since 2021, will be 6th Indian to be made a cardinal. A ministerial delegation led by Union Minority Affairs Minister George Kurian will be visiting the Vatican to observe the anointing. At close, the market Sensex jumps 809.53 points to settle at 81,765.86. Nifty climbed 240.95 points to close at 24,708.4. Indian rupee recovers from all-time low, rises 3 paisa to close at 84.72 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on February 5th were priced at rupees 77,000 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 5th maturity stood at rupees 93,158 per kilogram on the MCX. OPEC Plus has agreed to keep oil production at the current levels for the first quarter of 2025, Interfax news agency informed on Thursday. It also said the group has decided to increase production after that until September of 2026. Airbus has announced over 2,000 job cuts in the Defence and Space Division, a dramatic restructuring aimed at countering fierce competition from the US satellite sector. Bitcoin rose above $100,000 for the first time on Thursday after Donald Trump was elected as the President of the United States. Bitcoin has more than doubled in value this year and is up about 45% in the 4 weeks since Trump's sweeping election victory. Russian President Vladimir Putin has once again underlined how initiatives like Make in India have helped the country like India make huge progress in recent years. President Putin made these remarks during an interaction with Russia Calling Investment Forum, highlighting that India First policy has created stable conditions and Russia is ready to place manufacturing sites in the country. French Prime Minister Michel Barnier arrived at the Élysée Presidential Palace, where he is expected to hand in his resignation on Thursday. Barnier will become the shortest-serving Prime Minister in modern French history when President Emmanuel Macron approves his resignation. French President Emmanuel Macron will address the nation on Thursday night, a day after Prime Minister Michel Barnier was ousted in a no-confidence vote. South Korea's parliament on Thursday formally introduced a motion to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol, which could oust him following the failure of his short-lived attempt to declare martial law. South Korean prosecutors have opened an investigation into President Yeol, his interior minister and the now former defense minister over their roles in an attempt to impose martial law. Kim Yong-hyun, who resigned as South Korean defense minister over his involvement in martial law order, also faces a travel ban as prosecutors investigate. Demonstrators called for South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol's impeachment outside the parliament building. Protesters gathered in front of South Korea's National Assembly on Thursday as opposition lawmakers said they would vote this weekend to impeach the president. North Korea-Russia defense treaty signed by Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin in June came into force on Wednesday with exchange of ratification instruments in Moscow. The Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty binds the two nations to provide military aid without delay if either is attacked and to jointly resist Western sanctions. President of Taiwan, Lai Ching-te, held a telephonic conversation with U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson on Thursday. China on Thursday warned the United States not to cross the first red line when it came to Taiwan's independence. Syria's army acknowledged on Thursday it had lost control of the strategic central city of Hama amid a lightning rebel offensive. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar on the sidelines of the Organization for Security Cooperation in Malta on Thursday. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said Wednesday that Israel had pressured Hamas to the extent that a hostage deal might be possible. Israel Katz spoke to soldiers at an Air Force base in central Israel. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced in a statement on Wednesday that the body of the hostage had been recovered from the Gaza Strip. Mass protests continued for a seventh night in Georgia on Wednesday, triggered by the governing party's decision to suspend negotiations on joining the European Union. And we're heading for a short break. There's more coming up.
जिंदगी की हर छोटी बड़ी जरूरत के लिए आप जो सपने सजाते हैं, बस उसी उम्मीद को तो हम सहारा लगाते हैं। SIP आपकी सेविंग्स को आपकी खातिर काम पर लगाएगी। आज ही अपनी पहली SIP की शुरुआत करें। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने वित्तीय सलाहकार से परामर्श करें। LIC म्यूचुअल फंड द्वारा निवेशक शिक्षा की एक पहल।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's move on to the other stories. After battling very poor and severe air quality for 50 days, Delhi saw significant improvement at pollution levels. The AQI dropped to the moderate category, providing Delhi Heights with the cleanest air day in December this year. According to Central Pollution Control Board, the AQI at India Gate area reached 128. India's Supreme Court will hear the issue of air pollution in Delhi NCR. The court will decide whether the restrictions imposed under Grade 4 should be continued or some relaxation be given. 2 million visitors are expected to take to the streets of Lyon in southern France this weekend for the 25th anniversary of the Festival of Lights. The event that illuminates public buildings and displays installations throughout the city celebrates its quarter century by reinstalling some of the finest works created for the festival in recent years. UNESCO adopted on Wednesday traditional techniques to produce Japanese sake brewing in their intangible cultural heritage list. Japan hopes that the move will boost new generations' interest and consumption of the ancient beverage. Similarly, Korean tradition of making fermented sauce known as jang has been added to UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. The decision to inscribe knowledge, beliefs and practices related to jang making was announced during the 19th session of the Intergovernmental Committee for UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. The Bashwa Sur Festival of Sam Mountain has been added to the UNESCO's representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Bashwa Sur Festival combines spiritual rituals, artistic performances to honor Mother Earth and local guardian spirit. Paraguay's Guarani music, created by Jose Asuncion Flores, has been named UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. Nearing its 100th anniversary, the rhythm symbolizes cultural resistance, which overcame censorship to become a part of Paraguayan culture. It's the final countdown for Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral reopening after more than 5 years of reconstruction work. The opening ceremony, to which celebrities and heads of state have been invited, is planned for the evening of December 7th, followed by days of special masses to celebrate the reopening. Items from Elvis Presley's, Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe and other pop icons are set to hit the auction block on December 7th during an online sale. The collection includes jewelry from Elvis, song lyrics and a private telegram from Colonel Parker sent after birth of Lisa Marie. The Vatican on Wednesday unveiled a new open-top Pope mobile on all-electric Mercedes-Benz that Pope Francis will use when he greets pilgrims at St. Peter's Square. The vehicle, a modified version of the German company's G-Class mid-size luxury SUV, has an elevated seat for Francis, so crowds have a better chance of seeing the Pope. Grand Sumo Tournament, or Basho, will return to London after 34 years. The tournament was last organised in London in 1991. New Zealand's Nigel Richards claimed victory in the Spanish-language Scrabble World Championship on Saturday, despite not speaking Spanish. This win adds to the impressive record as Richards previously won the French language Scrabble World Championship, even though he doesn't speak that language either. New research reveals a 700% increase in mental health insurance claims by Australians in their 30s over the past decade. Mental health now accounts for nearly a third of all permanent disability claims, with workplace stress and reduced resilience contributing to the rise. Conservationists in England are spearheading a nature restoration experiment in North Yorkshire, moving fungi-rich soil from an ancient woodland to a newly established site. The project aims to reintroduce missing fungi species integral to tree health and soil sustainability, potentially informing nationwide forest management practices. Crowds gathered to celebrate the lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree in New York City on Wednesday. World Soil Day is being celebrated today. On this day, global community comes together to rededicate themselves to recognizing the critical role that soil plays in sustaining life on Earth. Janakpur of Nepal is all set for Sitaram Bivah Panchami festival to be held on December 6th. The week-long festivities commemorate the union of Princess Sita and Lord Ram in Vedic era. The traditional stone pulling ceremony was held on Wednesday at India's Kingwama village, Nagaland, to commemorate the 25th edition of the Hornbill Festival 2024. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his best wishes for the ongoing Hornbill Festival, congratulated people of Nagaland on this lively festival completing 25 years. 33rd edition of Miss Nagaland concluded with an elegant ceremony at the Regional Centre for Music and Performing Arts, where 18-year-old Anon Konyak was crowned Miss Nagaland. Alia Bhatt's much-anticipated action thriller Jigra is finally set to premiere on Netflix after its theatrical release in October. Fans flocked to Sandhya Theatre in India's Hyderabad to watch the premiere show of the much-awaited Pushpa 2, The Rule, featuring actor Allu Arjun. Indian actor Tovino Thomas's film Identity will be released in theatres in January of 2025. The film's trailer was also unveiled. Indian fashion designer Manish Malhotra has turned 58 years old today. Several Bollywood celebrities, including Kareena Kapoor and Kajol Devgan, took to Instagram to wish the celebrated designer. Makers of the Continental John Wick spin-off series have announced that the show will not return for another installment. John Cena and Eric Andre are all set to star in Netflix's upcoming comedy feature film titled Little Brother. Former One Direction singer Zayn Malik cancelled a solo gig in England minutes before showtime. Zayn later took to Instagram and apologized to his fans for the cancellation of the concert. He revealed it was because of vocal issues. Meghan Markle made an appearance in Beverly Hills on Wednesday to support her friend, the filmmaker and producer Tyler Perry. In sports, Indian hockey team lifted men's Junior Asia Cup trophy for the record 5th time, beating arch-rivals Pakistan 5-3 in Muscat. Team India will clash with host Australia in the second pink ball test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Adelaide on Friday. India won the final test at Perth by 295 runs. Indian skipper Rohit confirmed in a press conference that he would bat somewhere in middle order, while KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal would open batting for India. The newly elected ICC president Jay Shah started off his tenure with a trip to the ICC headquarters in Dubai. Shah also met the ICC board of directors and staff in Dubai. Baroda posted 349 runs for 5 in 20 overs as they smashed the record for the highest total in T20 cricket in Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy match against Sikkim on Thursday. ICC meeting to decide the fate of Champions Trophy has been postponed from December 5th to 7th. ICC again told the Pakistan Cricket Board to accept the hybrid model. In English Premier League, Arsenal claimed fourth straight win over Manchester United with latest 2-0 victory at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday. Chelsea crushed Southampton 5-1 win to close the gap to the leader Liverpool in the Premier League on Wednesday. At Asia Pacific Deaf Games, Samiha Barwin won a silver medal in the women's long jump with a jump of 5.38 meters. And Balram secured the silver medal while Jaspal Singh won the bronze in the men's discus throw event. And before we close, a gentle reminder, India's public broadcaster Prasar Bharati has recently launched Waves, entering the field of OTT platform. Waves provides a complete infotainment ecosystem to digital media and OTT audiences. If you also want great content for free, then download Waves today. With that, we conclude this edition of Express News. Namaskar.